So we're looking at the idea of water and the holy water font in the Catholic tradition. And the significance of water in Catholicism goes back to that beautiful biblical scene of John the Baptist calling people into the River Jordan and using water from the river to pour over them as a sign of being cleansed and purified from sin. So John, being Jewish, he was probably aware of the Torah prescribing various purification rituals using water to remove impurity or to wash the body, to cleanse you. Associated with, for instance, coming into contact with impurity, with sickness or dead bodies in the Jewish tradition. So water was used as a means for purification. So rooted in that lovely liturgy of coming into a life of grace, a life in the Spirit, water is poured over the person to cleanse them and to wash them and to initiate them into the life of grace. So that's the idea behind water, associated, of course, the natural properties of water being used to purify, and water also being a life source, a source of life. Therefore, there's that sacramental idea behind water as well. So water is blessed, it becomes holy, and it's used for the same purposes that it's used in nature. Therefore, it has that sacramental side to it. Specifically in the Catholic tradition, the water is placed in a font so that the person who comes into a church especially is reminded of their baptismal promises, their baptismal liturgy, and purifying themselves again as a symbol of the water, blessing themselves, dipping their hand in the water. And then also in the Catholic tradition, the smaller fonts can be used in other spaces too. Therefore, they're carried oftentimes into the home, where they're placed in significant places for pious Catholics, like the entrance into the bedroom, where before you go to sleep, before you retire for the night, again, you bless yourself by signing yourself with the cross using holy water. There's a lovely biblical psalm, I think it's Psalm 50, that goes back to the use of water in the temple. I think Psalm 50 says, have mercy on me, O God, in your goodness and your compassion, wash me from my sins, cleanse me with hyssop that I may be purified. So I think that's what the Jewish priest would say when he went into the courtyard before entering the sanctuary to wash the hands. So there's that association too that John would have been familiar with, that's carried over into the Catholic tradition today. And we often see that in the dipping of the hyssop, that small brush used for sprinkling water. The hyssop is dipped into the water, and the religious leader sprinkles the people with the water, which again is a sign of being purified, being washed. I think it's also good to emphasize the notion of the flowing of the water. Even though the font has water in it, it's the flowing of the water, the sprinkling of the water. These sources of water, rivers and springs, fonts, sources signify flowing. I think that's a nice aspect of the importance of the symbolism behind water. And of course, the actual font itself, source, sorgente, flowing up, flowing out. They become artistic pieces themselves, and very beautiful, very attractive, and artistic works in themselves to hold the water. Thank you.